prosperity of Wu? Then you dare to be ripped to shreds.
I shall claim this battlefield as my own.
You must be prepared to feel hard.
What do you think of this? I can see every flaw in your form. I must maintain a transformation no matter what.
I shall return. Remember that. For yours is the first head I shall see.
Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu. A single personally is not going to take the land. What do you think of this?
Hello. It's very hot. That's why I haven't been streaming. I don't have air conditioning. This heat wave has just been hellish. I gotta put my ice pack back on. Hold on. Got a little bit of a cooling towel right now, which is kind of helping, but... They're going to be doing fireworks all night, so I'm going to be anxious and annoyed. I was like, yeah, I should probably just play chill stuff tonight. Nothing that's going to make me upset. I'm already sweating a lot in real life. I can't really be sweating in games tonight. They usually do fireworks around here until like fucking like 2 in the morning, so I slept a lot today. Try to get some rest at least. I can't stand this holiday. I really don't like it. But other people around here just do it to be disruptive. It's not like any kind of patriotism or anything. It's just, we just want to piss people off. They were doing it a lot at the beginning of the lockdown, too. Just no reason at all. It would be like 12:30 a.m. Like, cool, you bought some illegal fireworks. You're so awesome. Great. Police doesn't really do much about it. They don't seem to care, even though it's really annoying. They don't have anything better to do with their money except make noise. classic right here.
You believe your wits are a match for mine?
We just hit sundown over here, so they're just gonna make constant noise. I hate it so much. They were even doing it yesterday. Like, dude, you don't even like living here. I just want to make noise. Just watch them online instead of bothering everybody. It really triggers my anxiety. I hate this holiday. I wish they would just ban the fireworks. I mean, there's nothing to do in this town, so I kind of understand why people just use it as an excuse to make noise, just like the Super Bowl. New Year's. It's just an excuse to get drunk and make noise, and drive drunk. For me, the Super Bowl was always... My mom would drag me to their parties, and I would just sit there and just eat the snacks, because I don't give a fuck about the Super Bowl, sports at all. That should help.
Remember that, for yours is the first head I shall see.
Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu.
I feel like towns where there's nothing to do are more susceptible to fireworks spam. That's exactly where I live. Pretty much the butthole of California.
Not necessarily to lose.
I guess you will do it for this time.
What do you think of this?
I gotta run for now. Next time, you'll not get off so easily.
But I suppose
That's the way to do it. Now even I'm raring to go.
if I lose my manliness as well, I cannot afford to fall in this battle. What do you think of this?
That's like the only reason I'm streaming. Like, it's been really hot in the house.
I should devise a new strategy.
Like, I'm not going to be able to sleep. What am I going to do? Just sit here and watch paint dry? Might as well do something productive, right? Get this game ready for some videos instead of just sitting around and complaining about the fireworks. It's definitely something worth complaining about, but it's nothing I can do about it. It's out of my control. Most I can do about it is just put my Bluetooth headphones on, which I might have to do tonight. Very high chance I'll have to do that, because they're not going to stop. I think last year they were relatively civilized, and they didn't do it like... They didn't do it forever. They stopped at like a reasonable hour. Man, good track right here.
Cast aside your doubts and focus on our defenses.
I shall claim this battlefield as my own. What do you think of What do you think of this?
Take one step back from here, and we are all doomed. end.
Well, there was a PC port of this many years back, which I think this is based on. It was not on Steam. A lot of people don't know that there are way more Muso games on PC than what are on Steam. They were released in like China and Asia, in Japan, of course. There's a number of them. The vast majority of the ones people would probably buy too, like Samurai Warriors 2, Dynasty Warriors 6, Orochi 1. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Dynasty Warriors 6, I don't know if I mentioned that. I think they just took that port and upgraded it a little bit. So yeah, Dynasty Warriors 7 has been on, vanilla has been on PC for like eons, a long time. Rare footage of a Japanese company actually caring about their old products instead of forcing people to pirate. I mean, that's something you should support. A lot of these Japanese companies is like, we just play the latest ones. Like, well, just because it's the latest doesn't mean it's good. Or if it's good, it's not the best. So it's nice to actually have the back catalog. A lot of those ports are pretty jacked up though, so I don't think it's as simple as just putting them on Steam. But there are a disproportionate amount of Muso games officially, like, legally on PC without having to emulate. I had the Samurai Warriors 2 port back in the day. I don't think they ever ported XL for those games though, so depending on what game it is, that might make it relatively useless. I know they did Vanilla Orochi 1, they did DW6, and they did Samurai Warriors 2. But I don't think they did Empires or XL or any of the other ones.
Not necessarily to lose. Another step forward in my training is the future of moves.
Fight me now!
For glory.
But we won't fall behind in the race for glory. Yuan Shao, be sure to stay. You can deal with the boss.
I am not just some commoner that you can order around. You stay behind me.
I can see every flaw in your
Dare to defy the might of the Yuan? Uncultured fool! Get out there and
You dare to stand before me.
I can see every flaw in your form.
I will never forget this. I'm not through yet.
Another step forward in my training is the future of moves.
Fight me now for glory. Let's see whether you are capable of withstanding the dangers that you are carrying.
Every flaw
Everybody,
in your
look forward.
I can see every flaw in your form.
Must retreat. This is not the end.
Another step forward in my training is the future of you. What do you think of that?
You encourage us all, but we won't fall behind in the race for glory.
For my friends, for my people, and for our future, I cannot lose.
I can see every flaw in your game. What do you think of this?
I seek a greater future.
Like the Orochi 3 port is original. That's not like something they held from us as
Another step forward in my training
filthy
is the
foreigners.
future of you.
That's just something they shadow dropped out of nowhere. This port, I think,
I
is
thank you.
the old one for PC, but like upgraded. And with all the microtransactions removed, so you get the $800 or whatever's of DLC that they had. But yeah, this game's... I think XL actually was on PC before this. So they're doing a little bit of a mix of old games actually doing ports for them, and then stuff like this, like actually making... well, this is kind of just an old game, just recycled with all the DLC. But then 3 Ultimate was like an original port. How to get all the DLC? You buy the Switch version or the Microsoft Store version. Those are the cheapest ways. So, if you own a Switch, the Switch version of Dynasty Warriors 8XL has all the DLC included. So, it's a steal. You get everything. You get the entire game. The one on Steam is lying to you. It's gaslighting you. It says complete edition, but it still has like $150 of DLC. So those are your choices. The Microsoft Store version on PC is pretty cheap. I think it's like $30, or whatever that is in your currency, and then that has all the DLC included.
Perfect timing.
So there's no real point in buying the Steam version outside of mods. The Microsoft Store version is pretty nice, actually.
I can see every flaw in your game. Wait for further instructions.
I must retreat. This is not the end.
Another step forward in my training is the future of you.
I hate how they say it's a complete edition. Complete edition implies that all the DLC is included, but it's not. And every time people want to buy that game, they see that. It's like, well, why does it say complete edition if you're still selling, like, a freaking car payment worth of DLC? That's not complete.
I too am well versed in
I cannot afford to die now. I shall withdraw for now.
Like, why did they do that?
Forward in my training is the future of Wu.
That's why it's interesting that they're doing these definitive editions, and like they actually are. Like, this runs better than it would back in the day on the console, and it comes with all the DLC. This game is $10 right now. I mean, if you want to play you want to actually experience the Three Kingdoms story, this is like pretty much the only time they've actually told it well. Like, actually worth watching the story. It's well worth $10, especially because there's no microtransactions. No, this is PC. I just have a speed hack on because this game doesn't have attack speed.
It is my goal to rid the land of idiots.
A cheat engine, yeah.
I shall claim this battlefield as my own. Now is the time for us to show the strength of the Suma clan. I can see every flaw in your son.
It seems you
Can you even buy this game anymore on console? I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure you can't. Not like a new digital copy. Isn't the PS3 store down now? Well, that's right, they were gonna shut it down, but then they gave it life support. It's like, man, I'd rather just go get the emulated version at that point. Well, it's on PC now, it's been preserved.
Well,
Rare footage of a Japanese company actually caring about preservation. It's like, hey, yeah, people will buy this for 20 bucks. They'll buy this for 20 bucks.
Welcome.
Because it's better and it's easier than pirating it. People, like to hate on piracy and emulation and stuff. Like, you know, it's a small subset of people that actually go through the effort and the stress of setting shit like this up. Like, if you make it officially available and it's like the better version of the game, people will buy it. The problem with a lot of these Japanese companies like the Tales series and stuff is that they don't do that, so your only option is to, you know, go find a ROM. So it's really cool that they have this up. I wasn't really expecting it. If you're gonna go to a retro store, well, they probably won't charge too much for a game like this, but retro game prices have skyrocketed ever since the pandemic. I'm like, man, I'm not giving this shop like $100 for a game like this. Pretty much everything up to PS2, the prices have, like, gone up a lot. Because it's taking advantage of people that don't know that, like, dude, your phone can run this game, right? Most of the stuff that's, like, super expensive, like, your phone can run it, and you can plug in a controller. Like, if you really want to play it, and not just spend money to put it on your shelf and then just look at it, you don't need to do that. And the money doesn't go towards the people who made the game anyway, so that's my stance on it. I do have a couple games I did collect, but, you know, I actually played them in the past. And on my Switch games, of course, I don't pirate Switch games. I bought all of them legally. I just don't play them on the hardware because the hardware sucks balls. There's a difference. Playing Switch games on the actual Switch is very frustrating and not fun. Yeah, the NES game spike and PS1 spike is like... it's pretty funny when you think about it, because it's like... you need the console. The consoles are starting to give out. They're more durable than the stuff that we have now, but they still give out. And then also, you need a CRT or a HDMI adapter. It's like, dude, just emulate the game at that point. Just fucking emulate it. Don't bother with the mental gymnastics over morality. It's like, if they wanted to sell it, they would. It's their responsibility to make it available and accessible, and if they don't, then it's basically lost unless people actually preserve it.
You had better give your best if you wish to defeat me. With our lives, so that's what it takes. What do you think of this?
Shit, I have games on my Steam account that you can't buy anymore. Like stuff released in the last decade. You can't buy it anymore. I think a lot of people just pirate Switch games because it doesn't really take a crazy computer to play a lot of the games, and I guess they want them for free.
Another
But
step forward. My training is the future of
a lot of the Switch ports are like really bad. Most of them are pretty bad, so I'd rather just cough up the money for the actual PC version. I do have some exceptions though. There's some stuff I bought on Switch that's like really expensive on Steam, so I just dumped my copy. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be basically the same thing with my computer, so I don't feel like coughing up another $30 for something I already paid for legally. I mean, that's what emulation's supposed to be, it's preservation, backups. I never had an Xbox. I had a 360. Just because the 360 got a disproportionate amount of Wii games that I wanted to play. That was like the only reason. 360 had a lot of Wii games that were exclusive. It had a strange amount of Wii trash considering how little the original Xbox had. Original Xbox was kind of bunk if you like Japanese games. If you like Western games, it was fine, but if you like Japanese stuff, GameCube and PS2 are better choices. 360, they were... 360, they were trying to get Japan to buy it, so they started doing stuff like Blue Dragon and Tales of Vesperia.
I am curious to see your watching battle for
Muso
myself.
games as well. There were a lot of PS2 upgrades to 360 when it came out. They had Dynasty Warriors 5 Empires and Samurai Warriors 2 and yeah, they tried to get a foothold in Japan, but it just didn't work. Main problem by that point was that people realized, like, if you like Japanese games, then you kind of have to have a PlayStation. You can have an Xbox on the side if you want to play like American games like Halo and stuff, but if you like Japanese games, so for them, if they like domestic games, not imported games like Halo and things like that, you couldn't just have an Xbox, and that was kind of the problem. PS3 just didn't have any games for a long time, so A lot of people did buy an Xbox, but most that like stuff like this bought a PS3 down the line. Because there were more and more games not coming to Xbox that I wanted to play. Like Basara, of course. That was like one of the main reasons I bought a PS3. It was just to play that game. So I knew that was never going to come to Xbox.
We must retreat and rethink our plans.
Now they pretty much just give it up. It's all about getting people to subscribe to Game Pass.
I shall return.
Their whole business model is just to get people to pay for Game Pass and
Another step forward.
forget to turn off auto-renew. It's their entire business model now. They don't even try to compete anymore. They know that they've lost.
I too hope to achieve such prowess on
They've managed to screw up like Halo and Forza,
this
so
reward in recognition of your ability.
their normie gamer IPs are in shambles right now. It's pretty much all just trying to get people on Game Pass.
But we can still keep up.
I don't think I'm really strong enough to do this. We'll go do another one. I wouldn't really say that. The PS3 had like no games when it came out. It was pretty barren. Obviously it was a transition to HD, so games started taking longer to make and they cost more, so ironically, one of the biggest reasons a lot of people wanted a new console was because of Dynasty Warriors 6. Ironically, it's a niche series now, but back then it was still like really popular. And there were like barely any other games announced with a concrete release date and gameplay being shown. There's the infamous CG-only trailer of DMC4 back in like 2006. It's like, I remember when that came out, I'm like, it's cool that there's a DMC4, but there's no gameplay. Koei Tecmo had a trailer, they had a really good trailer for Dynasty Warrior 6. And they had gameplay in there as well, so... Ironically, it's like one of the few games to be excited for at that point. And it came out sooner than Grand Theft Auto 4 as well. People don't realize that too. I think it predates like Call of Duty 4 and Grand Theft Auto 4. So a lot of the big franchises that gen. it's like, hey, Dynasty Warriors is here. We've got nothing else to play. We'll play it. The game had a disproportionate amount of hype around it for like an obvious like weep trash. Not really normie adjacent game. Like meant for like action game enthusiasts or people that just like Japanese stuff. Weebs.
We are going to assist our allies.
Out here all alone? I welcome such carelessness in the ranks of my enemies.
I don't know, Blu-ray wasn't really a big selling factor of the PS3. Maybe it was later, but you gotta realize how fucking expensive that thing was. $600 for the launch edition. And then you needed an HD TV.
Not the end.
Another step forward in my training is the future.
I think that was like the most expensive hardware refresh for gamers, pretty much. Because you needed the console, which was crazy expensive, and then you needed an HD TV.
You over there, help me.
Every other generation or hardware refresh up to that point was you could still use your hand-me-down CRT. All the way up to the 6th gen, you're using this. You could use the same TV with like no difference. That gen had a pretty massive initial investment. So it didn't sell as many as the PS2 did, just because the PS2 is
Another
just a
step
DVD
forward.
player.
My training is the future of Wu.
I suppose I should thank you. Our ally. I won't allow any more of them to die.
It would isolate itself from the battlefield. Prepare to die.
I can see every flaw in your work.
It seems the conflict is present everywhere I go. We must bring them the teachings of the Yellow Turbans. Be critical. Your retreat is not necessarily to lose.
Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu.
What's wrong with the frame rate?
You're fighting pretty well,
Fix!
but I'm the greatest warrior.
Why does this game just have attack speed? I hate attacking so slow.
You're alive.
Frame rate won't fix itself. Come on! Go back to 60. Why don't they have attack speed in this game? I don't like attacking so slow. I need max attack speed. Come on, fix! Oh, damn it.
A single person cannot overturn the divine will of the land.
I can see every flaw in your work. What do you think of this? My training is the future of Wu.
Yeah, it runs fine when you're not doing the speed hack. Not so much on the Steam Deck. I'm still working on the video for that, but it's been lagging randomly. I don't know how to fix it yet.
I can see every flaw in your work.
And there's very little documentation on Muso games on Steam Deck. That's probably why that video I did performed really well.
Training is the future of Wu.
So nobody else is doing it.
The fate of my troops lies in my hands. I cannot fail.
Kinda expected that, to be honest. Steam Deck community is weird. They keep asking if, like,
Every flaw in your work.
modern AAA game will run at like 60 FPS. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not gonna run that. It'll be playable, yes. You can't expect that level of fidelity from a handheld computer.
Not to me.
Another step forward in my
Steam Deck
training
isn't really worth buying if that's the only stuff that you play.
I should have known that you're the
Or you at least had to be able to accept that if you want to play it on the go, it's not going to look as good as the computer, or even console. But, you know, you can make some progress while you're working, or at school, or commuting, or whatever. People expect it to run, like, everything. I'm like, dude, I would not want to play, like, Cyberpunk on that thing. I want to play, like, Streets of Rage, and, like, Muso games and stuff. Like, emulators, I don't need to play, like, cutting-edge stuff on it. I can just do that at home. There is some modern stuff it could run just fine, like Diablo 4. Diablo 4 with a little tweaking is basically, like, way better than a Switch version would be, but that's an exception. There's some nice people in the Steam Deck community, but a lot of people are honestly just delusional. Like, dude, if you have a Steam Deck, you probably already have a gaming computer. So, play the big boy stuff at home. You can play the smaller to mid-tier stuff on your computer, on the deck. Which is pretty much what I do with my the Steam Cloud. Like games I'm working on that are smaller like this, I play them while I'm away, and then I come back and I keep the progress, which is really nice. That's pretty much the only reason to play big stuff on deck, in my opinion.
What?
I can well,
like when The Last of Us came out on PC a couple months ago, people were trying to run it on the deck. I'm like, dude, it's not working on, like, multiple $1,000 computers. Why are you even trying to run it on the Steam Deck? Like, it's not even optimized for, like, an enthusiast computer. This makes no sense, man. I get the enthusiasm about the device. It's an awesome device, but, dude, it didn't even run on, like, a computer of my caliber, or even better. Like, same thing with Jedi Survivor. They tried that game, too. It's like... there are people getting stuttering on Jedi Survivor with, like, 3080 Ti's and the processor that I have, the 12900K. Why would you try to play it on the Steam Deck? It's just like a waste of time. I can get if it's something like this that's not, like, widely documented. Like, sure, go ahead and download it and fight with it for 10-20 minutes, and if it doesn't work, then uninstall it and play it at home. But, like, there's lots of videos about that. I'm like, dude, I don't get the appeal of this. Like, it's obviously not gonna run because it's a shit port. It's not. The Steam Deck probably could do, you know, 720, 800p, 30 FPS, which isn't bad. It's playable. It's not ideal by any means, but it's playable. But it wasn't even managing that. That's pretty much why I've been making the videos I've been making, because, like, nobody else is really making those videos. Like, just talking about games that are, like, cheap to buy and they run well. Like, they're better than, if the game has a Switch version, they're better than the Switch version, or if it doesn't, it still would be better than a Switch port. That's kind of been my whole little thing with the Steam Deck. It's pretty much, if it can't manage 60 FPS most of the time, portable, then I just don't bother installing it, because I'd rather just play it at home at that point. That's pretty much why I stopped using my Switch, because everything ran like that. I don't know, Steam Deck benchmarks are weird, because most of them are, like, not very useful. They either play, like, the first 10 minutes of the game and they say it works great, or they try to put stuff on it that it can't run. No hate to the people doing that, but that's just my observation as a viewer, not a content creator. A lot of those videos are useless. I'm like, dude, you played this game for like 10 minutes. You can't say it's perfect. At least get like an end game save and get out into the open world, or like a game like this where there's a lot of enemies. At least like stress test a little bit. There's been videos like that for Neo 2 on Steam Deck, and like that game does not run well. It has frame pacing issues. And like, yeah, it says 60 FPS, but there's frame pacing issues, meaning that it doesn't look or feel like 60. It just says that it is, because it's not running on the Steam Deck properly. You can't say it runs well, but a lot of those videos do say that. It's just funny. At least have some semblance of honesty.
Alright, get out there and
But I think, to be fair, a lot of those channels, they aren't
I
like
shall claim this battlefield
enthusiast
as my
gamers. They're just trying to like get port videos out. And I get that like nobody has time to play like multiple 80-hour games, like meticulously test, but a lot of those videos are low-key useless. Most of them are. That's kind of why it takes me so long to make those Steam Deck videos, because I have to do most of the testing myself. If I'm lucky, there's somebody playing. There's somebody playing that's put a decent amount of time into it, at least like a couple hours. But usually I'm kind of on my own.
I must retreat. This is not the end.
I don't know why you deleted your message, but yes, it has everything.
Now let's force the attack. Take one step
Yes, it
back
does.
here, and we will fall to. This is the I'm glad you're on our side. Here, I hope you'll accept this reward.
Hi there.
A rare example of mercy from a Japanese company with a lot of DLC in their games. Like, nope. You actually do get everything. Full package. None of this Dynasty Warriors 8 complete edition nonsense, and then you go on the Steam page and there's like a power bill worth of DLC. Pay your rent or buy Dynasty Warriors 8 DLC. That's when you know you become an adult. You gotta make that decision. But no, it does come with everything. They showed mercy. Maybe things are changing over there. They're doing more stuff like this. Like, hey, here's this old-ass game that, like, most normies aren't going to care about because it's not the latest product, but they'll give you everything. It's like 30, 40 bucks, you get everything, which is a steal. Yeah, I remember when they gave me a copy for the Switch version, and I was like legit making a double take that it had all the DLC. There was no microtransactions at all. I was like legit shocked. Like, is this the same company? Like, Koei Tecmo is like the epitome of nickel and diming you with DLC, and a lot of times it doesn't even really add anything. There's some games like this that actually got like substantial stuff added to it, like weapons and maps and stuff. But then there's ones like Samurai Warriors 5 that like it doesn't add anything at all. It's not worth buying. It's complete waste. Like, I'm gonna pay that kind of money for supplemental content. It should provide me at least a couple hours of entertainment or something new to mess around with. Not just horse armor.
This is not the end.
Training is the future of you.
Yeah, the social media rep gave me the key for Dynasty Warriors 8 on Switch, which I don't think they had a lot of demand for. So I just asked him and he gave it to me, and I made that video. I'm like, oh, I'm actually not lying. They have everything in this game.
I can see every flaw in your form.
That is enough for one day. I shall retreat for now, but I will return.
Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu.
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors 9 has that problem too. It's like,
knew you had it in you.
the thing about Dynasty Warriors 9 is the DLC is expensive, yes, but it adds a ton to that game. You get new characters, you get like new weapons, there's new maps, there's new modes. Like it's actually some of the most substantial DLC that you can get for a game like this. But the problem is they have that stupid free-to-play gimmick with Dynasty Warriors 9 where you can buy like one character and play them. So I'll go to the page after I finish this, after I reclaim this city here. It has like $800 of DLC, but like only like 80 of it is like actual content. And it looks bad. It's like you don't think about like how this looks to a normal person who's not like super into this stuff. People aren't going to be like really wanting to even touch something like that. The game is still inexpensive. It has like 3 season passes. It's definitely expensive, but it's not $800 worth. But it looks like that at first glance, and I can't imagine that didn't impact sales figures in some way. Dead or Alive is a whole other story, because that game kind of has the same problem. Like, Dead or Alive 6 has, like, actual characters and stuff added, but there's, like, $800 of, like, swimsuit costumes and stuff.
Welcome.
It's like, to just play that game, it's actually not that expensive, but unless you do your research, it looks like the game is just trying to get every cent you have. It's like, most of it's just frivolous crap that doesn't add anything, you don't need it, but...
What?
Actually, last year at Fanime, I had somebody ask me that very question, and I was playing Dynasty Warriors 8. I'm like, yeah, if you don't want to pay like a down payment on a car or like a month's worth of rent on DLC, your only option for Dynasty Warriors 8 is Switch version or the Microsoft Store version. Those are the only ones that are reasonable price to get everything. Dynasty Warriors 8 DLC doesn't go on sale that often on Steam. Maybe like once or twice a year. But even if you do buy it on sale, it's still more expensive than just getting one of those 2 versions, which gives you everything, even the stuff you don't want. So it's kind of a no-brainer to go buy it. The Dynasty Warriors 8 on Switch actually runs pretty well. I was actually shocked at how well it runs. It runs uncapped. It does drop frames, but it's significantly better than the original version. And you get it portable too, so Dynasty Warriors is always kind of about like 10 to 20 minute levels, so you don't have a lot of time, you can make progress. It's a perfect portable game. They did a really good job on the port. I just wish I could transfer my save from Switch to PC. I put a couple dozen hours into the Switch version. No, I'll have to do that grind again someday. Maybe if they make it so there's no hyper armor anymore, play that game again. Well, Dead or Alive is pretty much actually dead on arrival now. Dead or Alive 6 burnt through a lot of the goodwill. Having crap netcode and then all the complaints about the modesty and the costumes and stuff, which like I don't really care about. And then having crap netcode too didn't help. And it just had a lot less content than 5. They even said that they couldn't do the tag mode because PS4 couldn't run it. Something like that. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't think tag mode was ever really played competitively, but it's fun. It's like the whole point of games, it should be fun. You shouldn't be taking stuff out. Especially in a fighting game, where like you don't have to make like a big world or 80 hours of motion captured, professionally voice acted cutscenes. You just need to have 2 characters in an arena fight. That's pretty shady to have like none of that. Just take it all out. It'll probably be a while before they try Dead or Alive again.
Become a threat which no longer can be ignored. We must crush them before they can grow in strength.
I shall claim this battlefield as my own.
Fight me now!
Glory.
Thought I'd encounter such a great warrior. I must retreat. This is not the end.
Another step forward in my training of the future of Wu.
I shall return. Remember that. For yours is the first head I shall seek.
Another step forward in my training as the future of Wu.
I'm afraid your destiny has run its
I can see every flaw in your plan.
Such speed. Until next time, when I can return stronger.
Another step forward in my training of the future of Wu.
Now that's how it's done. You inspire us all.
I remember when I got the vanilla Xbox version of this. I was the only person that pre-ordered this game.
Another step forward in my training as the future of
They came in there and they told me like, "You're the only person that pre-ordered this." I'm like, "Yeah, that's kind of what I expected."
Up our own end of the fight.
Didn't expect there to be like a line out the door like, you know, the next Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto. I just kind of walked in there and got it. I'm like, yeah, I didn't really need to pre-order this.
This is not the end.
As a low-income person, it's nice to just give them the money and worry about bills and stuff later. But yeah, like, I'm the only person that pre-ordered it.
The fate of a nation rests on my shoulders. I cannot afford no agony of defeat.
No, I'm just under level. I'm kind of speedrunning this right now.
I must train harder, so that I may come back twice as strong.
Because they give you the DLC, they give you the DLC weapons.
Victory.
And they're like broken overpowered for the beginning of the game, so you can get through it faster. Because I've done this grind twice. I did it on 360 and PS3 because I played Extreme Legends on PS3, so I'm not really feeling like I need to give them an excessive amount of my time. I've already done this shit before. I'm not getting any younger. A lot of people don't like that the weapons are included. It's like you just need to have some self-control and not use them if you want the authentic grind. But I've already done this twice, so...
So you are my next opponent. I'll crush you like all of the others.
I mean, that happened with me with Warriors Orochi 3. I bought that game on Switch and I dumped it and I played like 100 hours of it. I did that grind from scratch. And then they shadow dropped the definitive edition. I just like woke up and it just shadow dropped, like no fanfare or anything. So you best believe I hacked a lot of my shit back. I just broke the game and got it all back. Most of it back. It's like I was never expecting that game to come back. It's just a random shadow drop. That's like a native port too. It's not an old port like this. No one was expecting that game to come back. It was like a bucket list kind of thing. So, I mean, that's like one of the best Musou games ever made. No one was expecting it to come back. It was just going to be stuck on console forever. But they did bring it back. It just happened to be like a month after I did like insane grinding and videos with the 60 FPS mod on Switch. Like, thanks, I guess. I mean, it's no one's fault but mine, but it's not the kind of thing that you prepare for, you know? You don't expect them to make, like, a new native port
Focus on the enemy and run them through.
for something that old, that for normies has, like, no value.
Hey, that was pretty good. But I'm gonna have to end your fun.
UN, well met. You thought you could win this battle on your own?
Such arrogance.
Warriors Orochi 2 isn't that bad. That game is very easy to break, so you can get your stuff back pretty quickly. That's the thing about Orochi games, is they have a lot of content, but they're all, like, really easy games to break. They're, like, not that much below Binding of Isaac in terms of how easy they are to break. You have to know how to do it, but you can break those games really easily and just make, like, one team of busted characters and clear all the content. That's kind of what I like about the Orochi games. They kind of have to have stuff like that in there because there's like dozens, if not over 150 characters. So they have to make it so it doesn't take too long to like deck out one character. I did Warriors Orochi 2 on my kitty sitting streams like last year on my phone. And like since I knew the game so well, I broke the game and I beat it pretty quickly. They're kind of like roguelikes in a way. If you know what you're doing, you can break it and get stuff like way faster than they intend. Warriors Orochi 2 especially is really easy to break.
Come and face me. We have the upper hand. Keep moving forward.
Well done. You have a positive effect on our forces. You must have angered the heavens to face me.
Come on. I know you are capable of more than this.
Thank you for coming, Liu Shui. I will need your help to break this deadlock.
Allow me to test your resolve. I do not consort with foul beasts such as yourself.
You've done well. Now let's push the attack.
Yeah, you gotta treat Orochi games like skill-based action roguelikes, like the good ones like Dead Cells, like 20XX and stuff, where you can beat it with no grinding, and you can unlock stuff super fast. It's just the average person's not going to be able to do that. They're going to have played the game before, like a previous version, or just have like crazy fundamentals. That's pretty much how those games are. They aren't really that grindy unless you try to do like everything, and there's like never really a point to do that.
I praise that skill.
Warriors Orochi 4 is a perfect example. The weapons you get are just stat sticks, and you can already clear the game without them. There's no reason to go get those. Unless you just need to give yourself an excuse to keep playing. They're completely useless.
Face the deadliest opponent you've ever stood against.
Yeah, if you got your team decked out, you can already clear the game, pretty much. Fortunately, that game's endgame is a little bit lacking. They didn't really have anything interesting for you to grind for, so... We're just gonna give you the same recolored weapon.
I'm pretty busy as the commanding officer, but I can spare a minute.
Like 10 points extra of attack power. There you go. Now go grind for 800 hours.
Boy, am I gonna enjoy this. You can run, but you can't hide. Try not to overdo it out there. Although I suppose you're just taking after your old man.
Xiao Yuan is like one of the only people in this game that has a child, and like he actually looks like he could be his father. There's so many creepy situations in these games where like Mitsuhide and Gracia, like
What?
he could pass for her brother. Like, nope, that's her dad. Like, what? They look like maybe like 8 years apart. Could totally pass for like an older brother. Like, nope, nope. Ooh, good, I got one of these, nice. Oh, they're not that bad. Nagamasa looks pretty young. They look age appropriate. They're not that bad. Bad is the Soon brothers and the Kiao sisters. That's always bothered me. They really should like age them up. If they bring them back in the next game. It's always creeped me out how much they talk about their relationship, and they could like pass for siblings. It's gross, honestly. I know it's Japan and they gotta make them lollies and stuff, but it's disgusting, honestly. I'm not a fan of it. Hideyoshi is another one as well. It's a little bit pushing the barrier, I would say. It's mostly just because the original version of Hideyoshi, he looks like at least 30. It's mostly just because he has the mustache, and facial hair will age anybody up a lot. I really like his redesign in Samurai Warriors 5. Like, they made him look younger, and it kind of fit his personality a little bit more to not look so old-looking. Redesigns in that game are a mixed bag for sure, though. I think Nobunaga's was kind of stupid, because they make such a big deal of, like, playing as him when he's young. But then when he goes into his edgelord, older, like, middle-aged phase, he gets his midlife crisis, and he just looks exactly like the old one. And, like, you didn't have to make him look exactly the same. You could have, like, had a little bit more creative freedom. They give him the same mustache and everything. They're like almost indistinguishable. I get that the mustache is iconic, but I felt like it kind of cheapened aging him up. The Hideyoshi not Hideyoshi, but Mitsuhide redesign I really liked. Because they made him look older, and he didn't look exactly like the original one. He actually looked like a different character. I actually really didn't like the redesign they did for him. It's like, okay, I know he's a popular character, but... you can do a little bit more with him than that. Like, you actually give him a cool, like, younger design, and then when he gets his midlife crisis, he just looks exactly the same. Like, what was the point of that exactly? He didn't really do much. He had a chance to, like, redo everything, but then... I liked most of the redesigns, actually. I know not everybody liked them, but I did like them.
Getting tired. I suppose I have no choice but to go back.
I shall claim this battlefield as my own.
I don't know, doing redesigns in these kinds of games is not easy. A lot of people want them to do an aging system. I'm like, they're not going to do that. They can't do that. And for a lot of characters it would be pointless. But the Musou community wants stuff that's just not, it's not possible to do. It's not feasible, if not impossible to do. Like, yeah, they could age up some of these characters, but they die like the next map you fight them on. The next map you play as, they're dead. What's the point? There's no way to do aging in these kinds of games well. It's just not possible. They have too many characters. Too many of them die too soon. You're either going to be too old or too young for the battle that they're doing.
I must pull back here, but my ambition is not yet.
Like, a lot of the older characters are actually like, they're like in their prime in a lot of those fights in the games. Some of the younger ones, like, aren't even born. Or, one of the problems with this game is that they don't have a lot of late-era characters, so... you have, like, people fighting until they're, like, 120 years old. Because they don't have any other unique character models to use.
You're fighting pretty well, but I'm the greatest warrior alive!
Not necessarily to lose. Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu.
Okay, everyone, let's go.
Like, Jiang Wei here comes back like 800 times at the end of this game's story. It's probably the only weak part of the storytelling. It's like, we don't have anybody else that's not a generic officer, so we're just gonna make him fight until he's like 800 years old. It's like mummified. Because there's no other unique officers. Well, that's what they tried to do with Samurai Warriors 5, and they botched it. They tried to do exactly that. I'd say the only way they succeeded was the redesigns were cool.
You have the nerve to come along.
You will learn to regret this moment. Another step forward in my training is the future of you.
Prepare yourself to face me in battle. You're too strong. I'm not ready to face you yet.
Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu.
Not a single living soul shall pass this point.
Come on, you idiot, go! You might have to fucking babysit people. Just get up there yourself.
Keep up with me.
Stop getting so fixated on every peon. Come on. He's not stranded, he's an idiot. Get over here. I swear the cats I take care of are more responsive than him. I want to get over here. Come on. Alright, you made the play. Good job, buddy.
Show no mercy to the enemy. I do not want to see a single prisoner. I should have known that you're the only one that can keep up with me.
I have to protect anybody. I don't want to protect anybody. Okay, good. Let's speed run this.
Prepare to move.
It shall be my pleasure to feast you.
You're out here all alone? I welcome such carelessness in the ranks of my enemies. Victory is overwhelming. I must retreat. This is not the end. That won't stop me from killing you.
So you've come this far. I shall face you in battle.
Dynasty Warrior 6 is one of the best soundtracks in the franchise. The game's got a lot of problems, but the soundtrack is not one of them. Alright. Kinda just speedrunning getting the towns unlocked.
tries to stop you and you don't have to deal with me.
Why, swell! Are you here to help? I couldn't hear.
However, I will not allow that to stay my hand in battle. Now, you can see every flaw in your plan. I cannot afford to die in battle. I shall withdraw for now.
Well,
I'm getting some good-ass weapons now. Start playing other characters for a change. Ooh, wind. That's something worth having for sure. Lightning for him.
Well,
What?
That's pretty good progress for tonight. I got a good half of the towns unlocked. Speed run. I think this game actually has a pretty good speed run. I've heard it does.
well,
This is pretty much how you break this game. You get stuff from Conquest. Even without the DLC, you get stuff from Conquest and then you just play the rest of the game. It's the smoothest way to get through it. I think that's what I did the first time I played this. So I actually did watch the cutscenes for 7. They're like, it's really good. Alright, I guess I'll try to make my way over here, but I don't know if I'm gonna have the power to do so. Probably gonna have to bust out the big guns, huh? Let's see, maybe I can make it over there tonight.
To be faced with a rebellion when I'm so close to my goal, it would seem my path to conquest will not be without its obstacles.
I shall claim this battlefield as my own. What do you think of this?
Do you like being alone?
What do you think of that?
I can't afford to let this be the end. There's still much more I must accomplish.
Another step forward in my training is the future of war. What do you think of that? What have you done to my Imjin? Ever crossing me? I can see every flaw in your form. To lose is not necessarily to lose. This area is now under my control.
Fight me now! I honor your skill. Now, let us show ours as well.
I can see every flaw in your form. What do you think of this?
You must retreat. This is not the end.
Don't show any mercy. Just keep pushing them back.
Oh, you've come at just the right time. Quickly, put in the
So you want to be my friend? Sure, you have to be able to defend me. I can see every flaw in your form. If I don't withdraw now, then the world is destined to be overrun by imbeciles. Another step forward in my training is the future of war.
You've done well. Now let's push the attack.
Nice to meet you.
I can see every flaw in your form.
Like the wind, so we may end this battle swiftly.
I can see every flaw in your form.
Must retreat. This is not the end.
You have truly earned your reputation.
Yeah, because I'm the only one that does anything. Guys stare off into space. Ramirez do everything.
A member of the distinguished What do you think of that? To underestimate me.
Show the enemy what my brave troops can do. The enemy grows weaker. Use our momentum to crush it. Victory will soon be ours. Crush every last one of the enemy.
I can see every flaw in your form.
You're finally here. Sorry for the trouble. Oh, aren't you all fired up? You will try to keep up with
We must overwhelm the enemy without tactics. What do you think of that? Necessarily to lose. Another step forward in my training is the future of war. This position will tolerate failure. Unfortunately, that means I have to make an effort. I can see every flaw in your form. Okay, I
I give up. For now, at least. Next time, I won't go so easy on you.
I hope you are willing to pay the price for this gambit if you fail.
Oh, I gotta go up, huh? I gotta go up this way. Alright. Should be a quick victory run. It's only 3 stars.
Stand firm! I must retreat. This is not the end. Another step forward in my training is the future of you. Out here all alone? There's often some carelessness in the ranks of my enemies. I must retreat. This is not the end.
Alright, Rico, no, I'm not interested in that, sorry. The whole reason I'm playing this game is to combo stuff. Because they don't let you do that in Dynasty Warriors 8. They killed style play in Dynasty Warriors 8. It's a good game, but if you like to play these games the way I do, like style play and exhibitions and stuff, that game sucks. That's why I'm playing this, so. They already give you pretty busted weapons in the DLC anyway. And the whole reason I'm playing this is to combo stuff.
For yours is the first head I shall see.
Dynasty Warriors 8 completely destroyed style play because of the affinity system. It's kind of why I get bored of that game quickly. It's just like really only one way to play it. It's not like the gameplay is one-dimensional, it's just the amount of play styles that you have in that game is really one-dimensional. You gotta stack damage because there's barely any officers that let you actually have fun.
You cannot be afraid.
This game is better for style play. It's just like when
I shall claim this battlefield as my own. What do you think I need your wits on a match for
the DMC reboot came out, everybody just went back to 4. 4, despite its numerous shortcomings, is better for that kind of player.
Another step forward in my training is the future of
Just depends on what you're looking for.
I'm afraid your death.
8's still an amazing game. Just if you play in this weird, unorthodox way that I play with like going for style and stuff, that game is really boring and limiting.
Until next time, when I can return stronger.
Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu.
Thanks. I really needed that.
These warriors just don't have the backbone of my generation. Fire proved me wrong. What do you think of that? Know the terror of facing Ma Chao in battle. Every fly in your
They cancel that Christina. Oh, nope.
every fly in your
No, you don't, buddy.
I shall remember you.
No retaliation allowed.
I will be the victor. Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu. You all fired up. I will try to keep up with you. What do you think of that? I can see every fly in your suit. I shall return.
67 hit combo.
This is the first head I shall see. Another step forward. Training is the future of Wu. retreat! This is not the end! You are just in time. We were about to begin the
Nah, you weren't gonna do shit, buddy. Generic officers, be gone. Your combo bags.
You think you can outsmart me? Don't make me laugh. Now that's how it's done. You inspire us. What do you think? You will learn to regret this moment.
Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu.
Just like Tails as well. That's why all the sweaty Tails players went back to the old games, because that game just doesn't allow you to do style play at all. Ah, damn it, I gotta go protect somebody.
You have come this
Let me just fight in peace.
that I shall face you myself.
Ah, I hate having to babysit people. She's gonna die like right when I walk over there, watch. Can't take like one generic officer, it's too hard.
Wait, I'm dying here. See you later.
One step back from here, and we are all doomed. Defend this position with your life. I can see every flaw in your form. I must retreat. This is not the end.
Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu.
I must say, I can see every flaw in your form.
Not bad for a greenhorn. You've got me feeling young again.
Hopefully they'll make another game with good style play. Dynasty Warriors 9 was kind of there, but the moveset was so small it got old. Didn't have a lot of longevity. I still had fun with that game though. There we go, nice.
Until that time,
Cleared them out quick enough.
Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu.
You seem more than capable of bringing light to this.
Yeah, you're not capable of shit. You couldn't handle 2 generic officers. Get out of here.
Although I am not the most worthy of opponents, I would hope you will learn to I shall claim this battlefield as my own.
Please retire to safety. If something were to happen to you, please leave it to me.
I can see every flaw in your powers because I can leave everybody else alone.
Oh wow. That's a good weapon. Got any boomerangs? 65,000, holy moly! Wow. I guess because I'm getting farther down the map, it's actually giving me really good shit now. But I got a bunch of weapons I want to play, so gotta check everything before I make a purchase. Tonfas are pretty ass in this game. I don't think I'll spend any money on them right away. Can you even sell weapons in this game? I don't remember. I don't remember if you can sell weapons. I guess I'll just save up for that then, huh? Alright, there's no more towns to harvest down here, so start looking at weapons, see if there's any weapons I want to use. Probably go do this one, actually. Oh no, Ling Tong kind of sucks in this game, not gonna lie. It's pretty terrible. Because they gave him a grab Muso, and grab Musos in these games are always, like, really unreliable. They work every time except when you need them, and then they get you killed. The flash kick Muso is decent. You can't combo after it, but it does make you invincible for a long time. So he has that going for him at least. But his main Muso is pretty bad. I think it's actually one of the worst. That's because the hitbox is so strict. I'm still learning the seals on these, so I guess we'll keep going. The sword should be enough to carry.
This will be the final battle. Everybody, I ask that you lend me your strength one last time.
Yep, we're totally never going to do this fight again. It's the last time.
Another step forward in my training is the future of Wu. You got carried away in the moment. Never say you're afraid. I can see every flaw in your face. I can see every flaw in your face. To retreat is not necessarily to lose. Another step forward is the future of Wu.
You have no one to hold your breath. Then die.
What do you think of that? I can see every flaw in your form.
I shall return. Remember that. For yours is the first that I shall see.
Another step forward. What do you think of the future of Wu? What do you think of that? You guys ready? Okay, let's go.
Alright, let's go take care of the generics down there, because otherwise they'll make me lose. I don't need any of my allies.
Men, we must hold them back.
They're gonna cock block me.
To retreat is not necessarily to lose. Another step forward. My training is the future of Wu.
Everybody, our combined strength is a force to be reckoned with. Join me in my attack.
Looks like they're gonna do the bum rush strategy.
I must continue to strive to improve myself as well.
Muso, get them all up in the air. There we go.
I can see every flaw in your
This is all part of my scheme.
another step forward. My training is the future of moves.
Go and cut it.
You have an impressive array of skills.
I must work hard to see every flaw in your Although I may be adept at fleeing a battle, that doesn't mean I'm proud of it.
Fight me now! For
Glory.
Facing me in battle. I thought you I can see every flaw in your program. You have a positive effect on forces. I can see every flaw in your program. You have blemished my record as well as my pride. Next time, I will
Crap,
not
we're
be so lenient.
Getting bodied down here. Shit. Come on, get out. Health. Health.
What do you think of this? I can see every flaw in your I can see every flaw in your form. I can see every flaw in your form.
we have the advantage. All units, attack!
What do you think of that? Alright, let's put the finishing touches on this every flaw in your Let's end this battle quickly!
This next strike will determine everything.
What do you think of this?
This one is heroic! I guess I need to pick up the pace.
Never thought I'd become a great warrior. What do you think of this? I can see every flaw in your form.
Must retreat. This is not the end.
I'm a member of the distinguished Judah family. What do you think of that? You're wise not to underestimate me.
I can see every flaw in your form.
I do not feel any shame in fleeing with my tail between my legs.
Another step forward.
Alright, they're getting bodied now. I just gotta not take any pot shots. Because
I must do my best to keep up.
the AI's swarming their base now as I handle the ambush. Just gotta make sure I have like very little health, so make sure I get him in a combo fast. Yeah, the homies are actually doing something. What a shock. Should be some food over here. Yeah, there we go.
You have some guts if you're willing to face or die in battle. We will prepare for an assault. One day, I I shall retreat for now, but I will return.
Another step forward. Training is the future of war.
I have a responsibility to those of the government, which is why I will not leave every box in your form.
What do you think of this? Every flaw in your form.
Can't afford to let this be the end. There's still much more I must accomplish.
Another step forward. My training is the future of Wu. It was a long and difficult battle. Finally, I can set about creating the land of virtue that you all desire.
Should probably just do this for money, huh? And get that boomerang. What's the quickest protect the town one that I can do that will give me the most money? This one? Yeah, I don't think the money scales up either. It's like always a flat rate in this game, so let's do this a couple times.
I shall claim this battlefield as my own. I can see every flaw in your form.
And I can really start to break this game. Yeah, he's gotta take out Yushan.
Everybody else alone. Although I am not the most worthy of opponents, I would hope you are willing to advance. I shall claim this battlefield as my own.
Please retire to safety. If something were to happen to you,
I can see every flaw in your form.
please leave it to me.
I'm farming for money right now.
All that I ask is that you leave everybody else alone.
Good old-fashioned gold farming. It's like 7,000 a minute.
Although I am not the most worthy of opponents, I would hope you would. I shall claim this battlefield as my own.
Lord, will you join?
I can see every
Please
flaw in
retire
your
to
form.
safety. If something were to happen to you, please leave it to me.
I shall face it. I can see every flaw in your form. Although I am not the most worthy of opponents, I would hope you are willing to pass. What do you think of that? I shall claim this battlefield as my own.
Lord, will you join? Please
Yeah.
retire to safety.
Good fight.
If something were to happen to you, I would.
Good fight.
Please leave it to me.
I shall face
Come on, message lag!
All that I ask is that you leave everybody
Damn
else
message lag. Give me my money. Cash out. Hell in the Cell match. Should be like 2 more times.
worthy of opponents. I would hope you are willing to pass. I shall claim this battlefield as my own.
Lord, will you join? Please retire to safety. If something were to happen to you, please leave it to me.
I shall face you. All that I ask is that you leave everybody else alone. Although I am not the most worthy of opponents, I would hope you are willing to I shall claim this battlefield as my own.
Lord, will you join? Please retire to safety. If something were to happen to you,
I can see every flaw in your form.
please leave it to me.
All that I ask is that you leave everybody else alone.
I need like 300 more gold. Alright, we'll go save the town for the 18th time. They don't have very good security here. That should be a pretty big upgrade. Let's just do this again.
Although I am not the most worthy of opponents, I would hope you are willing to attack them. I shall claim this battlefield as my own.
Please retire to safety. If something were to happen, please leave it to me.
I shall face you. All that I ask is that you I can see every flaw in your form.
Where?
I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. I might come back in a little bit and play some Tales of Imjin War, but I'm like really hot right now. I'm overheated. I think I should probably just hydrate and just rest for a little bit. So I will be back probably later tonight in a little bit. I'll see you guys later. I'll come back shortly.